Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Love that we have a live audience here. All right. All right. So check it. Pandemonium Podcast, Love and Marriage Edition. I am Marlon. This is my beautiful wife, Stephanie Sparks. Both of us are right.
East Texas.
We are excited to be back. We're excited to be back. We are talking today about myths of marriage. The myth.
It's gonna be a good one.
Myths. Like I got this. No, myth. Myths of marriage. Right. But no, that's our conversation tonight. We all know that there are a lot of myths about marriage. I think the sad part too is there's a lot of bad. What would you call it?
Yeah, there's a lot of negative.
There we go.
Think about marriage, you don't really hear too many positive. It's always the negative.
Negative side. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Not sure why we're here at this point, as far as concerning like marriages and what the real intention is behind marriage compared to how but there are some people who view marriage in a negative light. So we're going to deal with some myths, like I said. If you know some more, man, just drop them in the chat. Email us at truepandemonium@gmail.com. Facebook, let us know what y'all think. If you guys got any ideas for topics as well, just shoot those in the chat once we post everything on all of our social media platforms. But anyway, so again, myths of marriage. And the first one that don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. If the content that we are producing is good and you believe it can help somebody else.
Anyway.
Yeah, just do it anyway because you like us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, subscribe, and share. All right. But the first one we're going to deal with tonight is expectation.
That's a good
expectation. Again, when it comes to relationships, we know that there are some unspoken expectations, unrealistic expectations. Things that were not discussed before the relationship turned serious, if you will,
right?
Before it led to marriage. So we're going to jump into the expectations of marriage, and I believe one expectation is he or she will change once we say I do, or they will get better at this, or they'll stop doing this once we say I do, which is a horrible,
it's so bad
expectation. Why is that bad, Steph? Why is it bad?
One, did you even know that there was an issue? Like, we dating and, let's just say I'm going to do something simple. I don't like to hear people chew.
Father, help us today.
If I didn't tell you, hey, you chew too loud, you're not finna come in here and just change because I didn't make that expectation, or not even expectation, that thing known.
No, I get you, but I'm like, oh my God, because you chew too loud?
I'm just saying, I'll just do something out there.
Okay, I'm with you. Let's go. You chew too loud. Okay.
No, I'm just throwing it out there, but it could be anything. Like, I don't know why we expect somebody to change just because we got married when we've been showing you who we were the entire time, and there's been no communication. So why is the expectation like, oh, he's gonna stop playing his video game?
Right.
Why? He was playing a video game and y'all were dating, and you sat up under him and thought it was cute. Now it's not so cute anymore. So why do you expect him to change?
You're asking me that question?
Yeah, like why do you?
No, I just think I think one of the biggest reasons why there are so many unrealistic expectations is because, like I said, there are a lot of expectations that we have that are unspoken, right? So I mean, we've heard it before. Anytime you're dating somebody for like the first however long, you're dating their representative, right? They are showing you all of the things that they want you to see in hopes that you would fall in love with them, fall for them, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
That is the reason. And then as the relationship gets serious, you start to notice things that they were not doing before, or maybe they were doing it before, but because you were so in love, you overlooked
or you
those
just ignored
things.
it because you didn't overlook it. You saw it. Most times.
Yeah, most times. I like to say overlooked because I think when you are in quote unquote love with somebody, you tend to tolerate in the early stages. In the early stages. And so I think because there was no real conversation,
right?
You know, especially when it turns serious, like there needs to be a conversation up front. This is just the way I think. And this is just me and my experience and whatever when it comes to relationships and even been married for, you know,
we're
20
not
years.
Professionals. We're just, you know,
we're not licensed therapists, none of that.
We are purely just having a conversation based on our experiences.
Good point. But yeah, I just think that people don't have those tough conversations because I think it's like a fear. Well, if I bring it up, then I'm going to risk losing that person, you know? So we just go and relationship just continues on and we're just dealing with these things, hoping that it'll change or hoping that we can continue to tolerate what the other person is doing
until you can't.
So, you know, again, I would just say talk. If you know the relationship is about to turn serious, there needs to be a let's have a conversation. Because here is what I expect. Especially if you're talking about marriage. The moment it starts talking, you're going into
real serious
engagement. Hey, here are my expectations. Now, with that being said,
I was about to say, because sometimes we have very unrealistic expectations.
Make them realistic.
Got to keep it real. Got to be realistic because if not, now it's like, okay, what are you really looking for? Like, what are you really trying to do?
Right.
You know, so it's like, make sure those expectations are realistic. I don't want to say attainable, but
they should be.
Yeah, attainable, realistic. I'm going to keep saying realistic.
Right.
And then, like you said, have that conversation about it. Hey, my expectation is, I don't know, we go out twice a week. I don't know. But if they don't know they're going in,
right?
How you gonna get mad at me? You're mad at me over something I didn't even know.
And
I was expected to do.
Yeah, and I think that's the part too. I think most relationships, when it comes to, again, we're talking about traditional relationships, guys.
Right. Yes.
Husband, wife. Okay, husband, wife. But I think there are some expectations that we don't talk about because it's assumed that, you know, or, you know, usually the woman does, usually the man does.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
That kind of thing. So we're not really, when I say talk about expectations, we're talking about how are we going to handle our finances?
Yeah.
How are we going to, if you don't have kids, how are we going to handle our children?
Or even if you do have kids and you're coming into a blended situation.
Yeah.
Hey, how are we going to handle discipline? How are we going to handle this? Like, even that's important and that can be tough, but that's another conversation for another day. But even just blended families, how are we going to make this work? What does it look like for you?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Church. What do you believe in?
Well, that should happen
established before.
That should happen before we even,
but
you know, first date. That conversation should happen.
Say it doesn't.
Right. Yeah.
What are your beliefs?
Yeah.
You know, do you celebrate holidays?
And again, listen, these are all things that we're dealing with experiences, talking about our experiences, right? That people need to talk about because I think a lot of marriages, this is just Marlon's opinion. I ain't done no research, nothing like that. I just think a lot of marriages end in divorce because of the unrealistic expectations.
Yeah.
And the sad part is people, instead of just talking about it and dealing with it, we just let it just simmer and just fester. And then we don't have the conversation. And now things are starting to, you know, boil over and now y'all can't stand each other. And now it leads to, we need to divorce.
Right.
Well, if there would have been a conversation at some point in the relationship about what do you expect, especially when it comes to, you know, like I just, you know, man, right? What are you expecting from me as your husband? You know what I mean? Like, what are some things you expect your husband to do? This, that, and the third. So I can have at least a general idea
Yeah.
of what you're expecting. I think society has really ruined a lot of realistic expectations
That's true.
because there is such a belief that the man is supposed to do everything and the woman is supposed to do as little as possible. And I think that's unfair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you should focus on what works best for our
family.
relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of looking at what society says should be an expectation.
Or what somebody else's relationship looks like, because that works for them.
Yeah.
You know, so what works for us is not going to work for the next person. So we also have to keep that in mind. Like, you can't go into the relationship with these expectations thinking, oh, well, such and such, this is what worked. No,
That's good.
no, you can't do that, because we're two totally different people from, whoever it is that you're comparing them to. And I think that's another reason how we get these unrealistic expectations, because we're looking at somebody else's marriage and not understanding, we don't know if they went through the trenches to begin with. You don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Or if what you're seeing is 100%,
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because again, we've all been in a situation where we kind of have to put on front because companies around, right? But I, like you said too, what works best for your relationship? I will say the one thing about us is that we are brutally honest.
Probably too honest.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so I know that not everybody can handle brutal honesty like that.
Because if anybody was to hear our conversation, they'd be like, oh my gosh, what is wrong with him?
What's right?
What's wrong with
with her, right? Yeah, what's wrong with them? Like, man, they bugging. That's how they talk to each other.
Yeah.
But we are brutally honest, and it's really not like
Not disrespectful,
yeah.
but just honest.
Just like, because I know what I like, she knows what she likes. And if I'm doing something she don't like, she gonna tell me, and vice versa.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm wearing something that she doesn't like, she gonna tell me, and vice, like, that's just how we get down. But I know not every marriage is like that, and I don't think not every couple can really
take that
type of honesty. You know what I'm saying? Which I think is sad, because I think eventually, if you're not careful, it can turn into something bigger.
Right. Because if you can't tell me, you should be the very person that's like, hey, babe, you probably shouldn't put that on, or you probably shouldn't do that. Like, I want you to tell me. I don't want to walk out of here looking crazy.
No, right. I don't want you walking out here looking crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just think that people, not people, but I really wish that we were okay with having those honest, tough conversations. And from the receiving party, is putting aside your feelings, not like in a bad way, but just kind of like, man, let me hear what they're saying. Because if you really want your relationship to work, you should really listen to your spouse when it comes to the things they do and they don't like and what they expect. Again, realistic expectations.
And if it's coming from a place of love. Now, if it's coming from a place like a jealousy thing, then that's something totally different.
What do you mean jealousy thing?
Like, some men or women could be very like kind of possessive, or very like, no, don't do, that kind of thing. So you have to be, is it coming from a place of love? I know when you tell me something's coming from a place of love. Right. So I think you have to know your spouse to know what place it's coming from. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay.
It does. Right. So with that being said, listen, talk, man. Just have the conversations. Be honest, be upfront, and most of all, be realistic. Be real, just be realistic. Yeah. And if you're in a place where expectations are, that's like the number one killer in your marriage right now, talk to somebody. Like, bring in an unbiased third party to kind of help facilitate conversation, discussion. You know what I mean? That way it won't turn into well, you do, you always, you know what I'm saying?
That's always it's not going to work, because it's a pointing finger session.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, biggest thing is getting somebody who's unbiased, somebody who's not going to side with one party because, hey, they cool. You know what I mean? That whole thing. So, yeah, expectations.
Okay, that's a good one.
All right. What we got? What we got next?
What do you think about the myth that says that marriage is supposed to be 50-50?
Lies are lies. So many lies in their statement. No, marriage is 50-50. And again, I get
What
where,
yeah.
like what they mean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But when you really think about it, what you're saying is marriage is you bring half of yourself and they bring half of themselves, and then y'all halves make a whole.
Like, nope.
Nah, you bring your 100, they bring their 100.
Real selves.
Yeah. So I think again, people I'm gonna say misunderstand it, but I really think some of your words have power.
Right.
Hey, this is my 50. And this is your 50. Oh Lord, we got TV going on in the background, everything. Forgive us.
Commercial break. Somebody's hungry.
Yeah, hopefully that don't happen again. We'll see. But yeah, so again, you bring your 100, I bring my 100.
Yeah.
Right? Because that means I'm giving 100% of myself to you. You giving me 100% of yourself, and then we gonna make this thing do what it do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not half. Because if you bring in half of yourself, where is the other half?
Where's the other? That's funny. That's a good question.
Right, yeah. Like we gonna halfway.
We left it.
Yeah, like we gonna halfway do this thing. Like, nah, man, marriage is sacrificial. It is you bring all of yourself into this thing. You know what I'm saying? So I really think we really have to do a better job of understanding it is 100, because I think it helps with your mentality too, that when you wake up every day, man, am I giving
100%?
100%.
Yeah. And I think too, when you have that 100 mentality, I think it helps. Like if something happens, like for me, for example, I was down and out for like 3 months. If you was only giving 50% of yourself, my 50 was down for 3 months, you know?
Yeah.
Things wouldn't have gotten done around, the kids wouldn't have been taken care of, things wouldn't have gotten taken care of around the house. And I just think when you're giving 100% of yourself, it covers all of that.
No
I
doubt.
didn't have to worry about anything when I was down, because I'm not going to even say stepped up, but you did what you needed to do, because my quote 50, if you will, if I would have brought 50-50,
Right.
wasn't there.
Yeah.
So I just think that, we have to debunk that myth that marriage is 50-50. Like, no, I'm bringing 100, you bringing 100. And then when that person is down, you took my 100.
Well, and again, that's the thing. So if we're both bringing 100, if there is something that comes up to something traumatic that happens, loss of a loved one, like in your case, right? Or it could be surgery or whatever the case may be. Then if you came in with 100, then I know, all right, she's at 50. Yeah. So, but the good thing is that I'm running on 100.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I understand that this is what her 100 looks like at this point in time because of what's going on. So let me do what I need to do so we can get her back to 100. If you had come in halfway,
I wouldn't have had nothing.
You at zero. It's hard. Now we got to work hard to get you back to 100.
Go 0 to 100.
Yeah. So I just think when you understand that, it kind of make things easier when you know that your spouse is dealing with something traumatic, or like we said, surgery, or it just maybe just hey man, mentally I'm not there today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or for the last week I ain't been there mentally. Hey babe, I need you to just hold me down, man. Just pray for me, until I get back.
I love that you mentioned it, because it goes back to that communication piece.
Yeah.
Me talking or you talking, like, okay, I know where you at, bet I got you. So yeah.
And I think it helps when you are with somebody who understands that. I think the sad part is there are some people who have no empathy when it comes to you not being at 100%.
Yeah.
Because I expect you that even when you're not at your best, I expect you to still operate 100.
At your best.
You know what I'm saying? Which is extremely unfair.
Yeah.
Because now you leave that person no room to kind of hey, I need a break. I need a
Yeah.
mental break. I need to get away. I just need to
Causes that
get,
emotional burnout or that physical just burnout.
yeah. And so I just think it's just being empathetic, man, knowing that every day it's not going to be great.
That
I'm
part.
not going to feel great every single day.
Yeah.
And so in those moments where one of us is not feeling great, then cool. Hey, I got you. What do you need? What do you need from me?
Yeah.
Want me to take the kids? I got them.
Yeah.
Because I need you at 100.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For our marriage and for our family to operate at its maximum capacity, I need you at 100. So let me carry your burdens until you get back.
Yeah.
And I think many people can be so, what's the word? Like just kind of like, seems like they don't really care.
Yeah. Like,
Because the expectation.
figure it out, get up and do it.
Yeah, like the expectation is like, nah, like, yo, I expect you to, hey, you not feeling good? I still expect you to cook.
Right.
I still expect you to clean. I still expect, like, bro, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you talking? Like,
Yeah.
I'm with you, and believe me, I want to be at 100.
Right. But
But I'm
now,
just
I'm just
not right
I'm
now.
just not right now.
So I think learning to be empathetic, learning to really understand like what marriage is all about.
Yeah.
When the other one's down, man, I got you.
Yeah. That's
You know,
good.
for better, for worse.
yeah.
And for some reason, when they get the worst, we
We wanna-
lose our mind. Like we forget about the vows we make. You know what I'm saying? For rich or for poor. You know what I mean?
We don't
Like,
take them seriously when we say them.
that's another conversation.
We just want to get married.
Yeah. And I think that's a dangerous place to be when you don't really think about what those vows truly mean. And listen, I don't want to come across as if we've
yeah.
been there the whole
No,
20
we
years
haven't.
we've been together,
No,
right?
we have not.
This is things that we've learned. This is things that, you know, has really helped keep us and really to be able to make it, you
Right.
know, to 19, 20 years
So
right
ask
now.
us questions. Like ask us questions.
Like what?
I don't know. I'm saying in the comments.
Oh, I was about to say.
In
But
the
yeah,
comments.
so I just think it's really understanding that marriage is definitely 100. I bring all of myself, you bring all of yourself, and we're gonna do this thing together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I really think, you know, a lot of marriages will definitely get better when you truly understand what for better or for worse
Means.
really
Like really dying to
means.
yourself.
Explain.
Oh, I gotta explain.
Yeah, this is a conversation. It's not
Like,
supposed
it's
to
not
be.
about me. Like I'm putting myself just not about me.
You keep messing with this
I know
mic.
because it keeps moving. I'm sorry.
It's not moving anyway. All right, but so that's number 2. What we got? What we got
I'm
next?
gonna throw one in here. It wasn't on our list, but I gotta
Okay.
throw it in here.
Go ahead.
What is your take on the statement, happy wife, happy life?
I understand it, but I think it definitely makes your marriage tougher.
Why?
Because if my mentality is, hey, every day, no matter what, is to keep my wife happy, at some point I'm gonna be miserable.
Yeah. And that's why that's why I asked, because I'm not a fan of the statement. I get it, but I'm like, I really don't like the statement because what about you? What about you being happy? What about me making sure you're good? If all you're doing is like, oh, nope, let me make sure Steph is happy. Happy wife, happy life. No, I want your life to be happy too.
Right.
Because this is a us thing, and it shouldn't be, oh no, let me do XYZ to keep Steph happy. No, but how does it make you feel?
Right.
So my thought process is, I want to make sure you're good. Like, what are your thoughts? How are you feeling? Do you agree with this? Do you not? Because I don't want you just doing stuff to keep me happy. Because like you said, eventually you're going to become miserable. Then you're going to start resenting me at some point or becoming bitter. And now we have conflict.
Right.
Because
Eventually we will.
Eventually, because of the happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
But are you happy?
Yeah. I think that, I think the sad reality is, I don't know what happened when it comes to marriage. It seems like marriage is all about the woman. From the wedding day, into
Yeah,
the marriage.
That's really what it is.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about the wedding day, it's all about the woman. Like the men, we got a little tuxedo on, got a little friends that are with us.
Got a little
but
friends.
the day is really about the woman. And then I think that carries over into the marriage where it's all about the woman. So let me compromise. Let me be the one that compromises
All the time.
all the time.
Yeah.
Let me be the one that says I'm sorry all the time.
Yeah.
Because the ultimate goal is happy wife, happy life. And again, I understand it to a certain extent because I will say that it seems as if women, again, not all women, but it seems as if like the shift with that statement, it seems like there's been like a type of like a, hey, I'm gonna use this to manipulate.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because now if you're in a marriage and your husband has the mentality of happy wife, happy life, now you'll find yourself doing things to manipulate him into letting you do things that you know if you don't use manipulation, he's not gonna agree with.
That's true.
But you know his mentality is, hey, he just want me to be happy.
Yeah, happy
you know
life.
what I mean? But typically those men are miserable. Let me not say miserable, but like they resent you. There is some animosity in their heart towards you because they're like, man, whenever it comes to me and what I want and this, that, and the third, there's always a reason why we can't or we don't or we shouldn't.
Right.
But then
So your needs are not being considered.
Yeah. And so, but now I'm compromising all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm doing things that I have no desire to do all the time. But you're happy, so my household is good. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think the sad part about that is if you have children, your children notice
they watching
that whole type relationship. Like, man, like dad he always say yeah to mom. So now your kids ignoring the dad, going straight to mom because it seems like dad has no authority.
Right.
So let me bypass him.
Just go
So,
straight.
you know what I mean? And so I think people don't really understand, like, yo, you're affecting your entire household. So now all the decisions are made by you.
Yeah.
Your kids go to the dad and the dad is saying, go talk to your mama, or the kids are just going straight to you, knowing that you ain't going to do what dad say anyway. Cause we watched y'all.
Yeah.
You know, we see the relationship. We
I
see.
ain't gonna lie, 'cause we've done the whole go talk to your mama, go talk to your daddy kind of thing.
But it ain't because of that.
It's not because of that.
Yeah.
I just want to throw it out there. Like, it's never, I don't want them thinking.
No, I got
I've
you.
never done that.
I got you. But yeah, I just think, you know, I mean, I heard it was happy spouse, happy house.
I've heard that too.
You know what I'm saying? So I think
like
that
that
fits a whole lot more, a whole lot better. But yeah,
So happy spouse, happy house.
Yeah, and again, I understand it. I really do understand.
I'm not a fan because it just really neglects the husband's needs and wants and all of that. And again, I get it. Like you're the type of guy like you're gonna make sure we're good at all the time anyway. You know what I mean? But I want to make sure like, hey, again, what's your thoughts? How do you feel? Hey, the kids want to do this. Nah, we gotta talk. We gotta talk together because you know we learned that too. Hey, nah, we're gonna talk about this together. It's not no go see your daddy, go see your mama. We used to do that, but I'll do it sometimes when I won't deal with it. But
right, same.
But you know, for the most part, it's really, hey, let's sit and talk about this.
Yeah.
You know, they know that we are a united front for the most part. You know, we're going to talk about it and we're going to come to a decision.
Yeah, together. No doubt. Yeah. But yeah, I get it though.
Yeah. So happy spouse, happy house. I like
Amen.
that. I like it. I like it. All right. You complete me. We got married and you complete all of me.
You know, this is not a plug for the movie, but Jerry Maguire did that one. Jerry Maguire, the movie, did that one. The whole "you complete me," right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
I know you didn't. I like movies, so that's my thing. But yeah, so that's dangerous. That when you really believe that another human being
Can complete you.
has made you complete.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And for you to give somebody that much power is insane.
What do you mean that much power?
Like if I say hey, you complete me. What happens if you don't want to be with me anymore?
Mm.
So now you leave. Now I feel incomplete.
Yeah. Like, so it's like what is it? Codependency? I depend on you.
Dependency.
Or
Yeah, that's dependent.
oh, dependent, not code, because code means yeah.
Yeah.
So dependency. Like I
Yeah.
need you to make me feel
Whole. Yeah.
That's huge.
That right. And God didn't make us to complete
Yeah.
each other. That's the biggest.
Yeah,
God,
right.
like, wait. Why would y'all need me if y'all can just complete each other? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You remove the need for me if I gave y'all the ability to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I understand that you have strong feelings for the person and that you really
You love
the
them,
person and you enjoy
love
being
being with
around them.
them
Yeah,
and
that
all the
whole
things.
thing. You know, but the whole complete
Yeah.
thing.
Because you don't complete me.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want to.
Yeah. That's a huge demand. That's a huge demand.
And I don't want that
think,
demand.
And I think too, like, you know, coming into relationships, you know, because sometimes you go into a relationship, and we've done it before, where you're not all the way healed or whole.
Right.
So and I think too, that's where, well, maybe not, but that whole concept of you complete me, because I've been in so many terrible relationships. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been broken, I've been hurt, and now here you are, you not heal me, but you make me feel so whole. So I think, you know, that's probably where it came from. But it's like, no, you should go into a relationship whole.
As whole as possible.
So that way you're not depending on the other person to make you feel whole, to complete you. Because again, if that person decides to leave today or tomorrow, then where are you going to be?
Obviously incomplete.
And
incomplete.
you say obviously incomplete.
Yeah. Without you, girl, my life is incomplete. Man, please.
Is that the word?
Yeah. This is not a music show, but yeah, that's the words. Drew Hill, Cisco, whichever one you call it.
That is funny.
But yeah, I think it's dangerous to give somebody that much power, because again, if they leave you, if they don't meet expectations that you have, then you're going to feel incomplete.
Yeah.
And when you feel incomplete, you start to do things that you normally wouldn't do to fill the void. You know what I'm saying? Because you let somebody, not let, but you believe that person to make you whole.
Yeah.
And again, he didn't create another human being to be able to do that for you.
Make you whole. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So again, you love them, love being around them. Got it. You feel like they're your soulmate. Got it. But as far as like having the mentality of, they complete me, again, is extremely dangerous.
It is.
Because that's when you go into if I can't have you, nobody can. That's when you go into that.
Yeah,
you slide into that mentality.
Yeah.
Because that person, quote unquote, makes you whole. So to you, I can't live without that person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And God's like, what am I here for? You know what I mean? Like, who am I if you...
Right, if you need them to make you whole.
No, or that you can't live. And again, I understand that heart may be broke. You know what I'm saying? I get the heartbreak, that kind of thing. But to have a mentality of I can't live without a person, again, is dangerous. But when you go into the whole they complete me, that's what you're gonna slide into that mentality too.
Yeah.
You know, I can't live without you. I can't breathe. Man, please. I love my wife dearly. But if she left tomorrow, I'll still be breathing.
Oh. Oh. That's funny.
But yeah, no. So stay away from this person completes me, that whole thing. Yeah.
All right.
Did you give your thoughts on this?
I think, I did.
Okay, just bring the show.
Yeah, I did. And if I didn't, it's okay.
Nah, it's supposed to be a convo.
All right, so we got time for one more.
Yeah, we got time for one more.
Let's what do you think about marriages and conflict? And sometimes we can misunderstand conflict as, why am I with you? Are we even supposed to be together?
Right.
You know, and I know there's a difference. You can have conflict and there's toxic.
Yeah.
Stuff. Like that, there's a huge difference. We're not talking about the toxic part.
We're not.
We're not talking
You're
about
not
that piece. We're talking about
toxicity.
conflict,
Yeah.
listening.
Arguments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, and I think a big part of that is, that conflict, because we're going to argue. We're not going to always agree. It's going to be moments that in our disagreements, we're still going to walk away like, ain't nothing resolved.
Yeah.
For sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
But I also think it doesn't mean that we're not with the right person. And I'm not sure how. What are you thinking? What are your thoughts?
Well, if arguments make you, now depending on what the argument is, right? But if they make you feel like you're not with the right person, something's obviously wrong. If you allow an argument to make you feel that way about the person that you said I do to.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But with that, and again, this is our experiences, guys. We're not trying to make it seem like
No.
every time we argued, it's been just rainbows and sunshine and
all the things.
Right. That's not how we were trying to make this seem. Okay. We're just talking about what we've learned over the years. All right. But when dealing with conflict, it is extremely important that you focus on what the conversation is about only. Because when you start thinking, oh, well, we argued, so I just hate him, I can't stand him, I want to be done with them. Obviously, there's more to that.
Right.
Like, there's more to than what you're saying. Because surely not, unless it's, again, depending on the argument.
Yeah.
We talking about regular arguments here. We ain't talking about nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Right? But it's learning how to stick to the topic.
Yeah. Because
stick
sometimes,
to the topic.
Again, we've been guilty of it before. We get into an argument and I want to bring up something that happened 3 weeks ago that you have forgotten about. So not only are we arguing about whatever it is that we're dealing with, now I done brought something else into it. You're like, how we even get here?
Yeah.
So now it's like I've amplified the argument for no reason. We could have just stuck to the topic. The topic, and I think another thing when it comes to like argument, we got to be okay with knowing that we're not perfect. So we got to not hold ourselves accountable. We got to take accountability for whatever that action was that's causing. If it was an action that caused, the argument or whatever, not, well, you and you and you. So like we're having an argument and you're telling me, hey, babe, I didn't like it when X, Y, Z. I have to be able to listen without being defensive. Amen. Instead of listening like, oh, so you want to tell me what I'm doing? Bet. Well,
No doubt. No doubt.
So the conflict doesn't mean we're not right for each other. It just means we got some communication issues we need to probably fix.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think, again, over the years, I believe that we have gotten
so much
better when it comes to sticking to the topic. And I know what helps me is always knowing, man, she got my back.
Yeah.
That even though we're upset with each other right now, I know that you have my back no matter what.
We're a team.
Yeah, like we're on the same team. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's easier to stay on topic of the argument, but it's also easier to come to a resolution.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like for me, me, I don't like for things to linger. Like, if we can solve this right now,
like that, y'all.
If we can solve this right now, I want to solve it right now because I don't like things to linger. I think it's just not, it's not good for the home for us to be angry with each other for days at a time and living like we're roommates.
Not talking to each other.
Yeah.
Walk past each other and I'm giving you the evil eye.
And that's all because we don't want to have a conversation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so I think when you really understand the true definition of love, like the Bible says that love keeps no record of wrong, right? Love is patient. Love is kind. So when you understand the true definition of love, then you understand, we need to resolve this as quickly as possible so that we can get back moving. Because if not, I believe you cause your marriage to be at a standstill.
Yeah. And the enemy creeps right on.
Right. Foothold. You give him a foothold because you and I both know the longer you stay away, the more thoughts come to your head.
Oh, yeah.
You thinking about what they did last week, what they did last month, what they did last year, 5 years ago. You think of
didn't
everything.
You didn't put the voice in your head, how they said it.
The whole nine, and then thinking of what you should have said
Yeah.
or what you're gonna say. If they say something slick again, I'm gonna say this. And so now what happens is you start sliding into insults.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Now I'm gonna talk about you, but forget the argument.
Yeah.
The argument has led me to just completely be disrespectful to you now.
Yeah.
Because now I want to hurt your feelings.
Mm.
You know what I mean? In hopes that
That's good.
You know what I mean? And just because I'm mad at you.
Yeah.
And so if
It
you
becomes cutthroat then.
Yeah, and so if you really want your marriage to work, man, we have to learn. You got to learn how to deal with conflict in a positive way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I can truly say that for us, we rarely argue, and I'm a jokester. So I use the joking, right, as a means to, hey, let's talk about this right now.
Yeah.
Or as a way to, hey, I'm sorry.
And yeah.
Yeah, because I want to lighten the mood.
And I'll be like, give me 10 minutes. Leave me alone.
Just look at me sideways. I'll be like, man, you just want to be mad.
And that's what he always say, y'all. You just want to be bad. Like, no, I don't want to be mad, but let me process. And that's the other thing I had to learn. Is that, like, I am a processor, but I also had to realize that in my processing, it's that same thing. I'm repeating or I'm rehearsing or I'm thinking. So I really had to, I want to say, cut my processing down. Like, okay, Steph, you can't linger on this for too long.
Right.
You mad? Okay, cool. But let's go deal with it.
Yeah.
You know, so I had to be very careful in my I'm a processor statement, because really in my processing, I'm just really replaying
everything that was said, and again, what you should have said and what you gonna
why
say.
didn't I say, like, all of those things? But how do you deal with, you know, when you're even in your argument or discussing or whatever, when you're feeling like you're not being heard?
Man, I think that needs to be a conversation. Hey, I don't feel like you're hearing me. That's so separate. I don't feel like that when I tell you how I'm feeling or when I tell you where I am mentally or whatever it is, I don't feel like you are really listening to me. But with that too, there needs to be some explanation, like, and here's why I feel the way. Because when, then this is what you said, or this is how you respond. This is what you did. Like, there needs to be some examples. Because if not, then it'll become well, whenever I try to tell you how I feel, you always.
Yeah.
And now you're making blanket statements.
Yeah.
When really it only happened twice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so just really being able to share in a way where emotions are not high.
I was just about to say, make sure your emotions are good. Go to a coffee shop. Just go somewhere where you can really talk about it and be honest, you know, and share your thoughts. And both of you, be willing to hear what the other person has to say. Like, don't make it a you thing.
Right.
Because maybe, you know, your spouse want to share some things too. Or they may not feel like they're being heard as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, I just think, you know, just keeping an open mind and be, like I said, be willing to listen. I think if you want your marriage to work, you got to hear the other person.
Yeah.
Like, no, you got to listen to the other person. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, listen and know, like, yo, if we really want this to work, then I'm willing to work on what I need to work on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it does us no good for you to sit and you to listen, but then you don't
Nothing
change.
changes.
Well, I heard you, you know, like, okay, but a part of listening too is, hey, man, this is me. I heard you, I listened, and this is me
making those
adjustments because I do want us to work. You know what I mean? I do want our marriage to continue to get stronger and to get better, and that we can move on, you know, quicker from arguments. But
and even in there, even just you saying that, I just think about all the stuff, like having that strong married, like, you know, we got couples we can kind of lean on, you know, and be careful who you're surrounding yourself around, like all of that as well. And if you have to find a couple that's, that has a kind of solid marriage, and they're, again, not going to be biased to kind of help you navigate, because there's power in community.
No doubt.
So you don't have to deal with things by yourself or together. If you got questions, like, go to a couple that's been in this thing for a minute or got some experience.
And listen, the sad reality is that we know there are not a lot of wrong marriages, unfortunately. Right? We know that over 50% end in divorce, which is, that's a stat,
That's
right?
a lot.
But so find you a good counselor, family marriage counselor that you can go to, that y'all can go to. They got a good reputation, and you know what I mean? Like because sometimes going to couples that is tough too, especially if one's gonna be biased toward one of y'all.
Nobody's not biased.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, if you don't have a couple to pull from, to find somebody who is licensed and who deals with this often, go to them. Right. Because now you have an unbiased third party, and they get paid to listen. Right. And to help you resolve any issues that you may have. So, but the biggest thing is always being willing to listen and always be willing to, like, man, I want to get better. Not just like as a couple, but individually too. I want to get better as a person. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think we live in a society now where we'll extend more grace to a friend than we do our spouse. Or a family member, cousin or uncle or a brother before we will our spouse.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, nah, man, you got to extend the same level of grace, actually more when it comes to the person that you said I do to, because that's the person you decide to spend the rest of your life with. Yeah. And if anybody you want to make sure is good, you want to make sure that person is good so that y'all can be good. You know what I'm saying? So let's deal with the expectations, right? Marriage is 100, 100.
100, happy spouse,
happy house. What's the other one? Yeah. Only God can complete you.
If y'all don't take nothing else away, only God can complete you.
Man. And deal with conflict in a mature
manage your emotions. I think manage your emotions. Yeah. Because sometimes we just let our emotions just take over.
Amen. We let our feelings run our lives.
Yeah. Manage those emotions. And always remember, we're a team.
A team. And when you're on a team, you want to win. You know what I mean? God told us to have dominion. Yeah. Right? So, man, dominate. When your marriage should be dominated, whatever y'all put y'all hands to do, y'all should be dominating together as a team. Y'all should both want to see each other win, because y'all both want to win together.
Mic drop. Can I drop the mic?
Drop it. But yeah, so again, hope you guys enjoyed this discussion. Let us know your thoughts too. Some other myths that's out there. We'll talk about those as well. But again, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And before we leave, because I love the audience, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, just kind of give it up for us. We appreciate y'all coming out, listening to us this evening, and we will see y'all next time. Love y'all, and God bless.